As a small business owner, just because you know what to do, you know how to do it, and you have all of the resources to do the things that you want to be doing, doesn't mean that you actually do everything that you want to do. That's when mindset gets in the way, and that's why I love tapping so much. My name is Gene Montrestelli. I'm the editor of tappingqanda.com. And what we're going to do today is we are just going to spend some time tuning into 14 different mindset issues that small business owners have. We're going to do a little tapping for them so you can clear them. So if you're joining us live or you're coming back after the fact to tap along, I'm really glad that you are here. If you are brand new to tapping, what I'd encourage you to do, you can just sneak on over to learn2tap.com, and there it'll give you all the basics so that as you can see, as we are moving our way through this, as we're doing tapping, you're going to know exactly what's going on so you can join in the fun. One final note before we jump into what we're doing here. Whenever we're doing this sort of tapping, I think there's two things that you should have nearby. Number one is a glass of water. Hydration is really, really good for this sort of work. As you're going through it between rounds of tapping, taking a sip of water is a great thing to help your body navigate all of this. The second thing that I would encourage you to have is I would encourage you to have a pen and a piece of paper nearby. Because as we're going through the tapping, either live or when you're doing a replay of something like this, and even if you're just tapping on your own, I find two things happen when I'm tapping. One is I find insight, I find new steps, I find what I should be doing today. And I believe I'm going to remember to do that later, and I'm not very good at that. So when an insight, an inspiration, a task pops up, I like to jot that down. The second thing is, as we're working our way through these various issues today, we are probably going to bump into something that there are other parts of your life that are engaged with that as well. And you might have another issue, a memory, or something like that come up. When I'm tapping, I love to have pen and paper nearby so I can grab those issues that I can go after. So as I'm jotting things down, I'm getting the benefit of the good stuff that was there. And I'm also in a circumstance of remembering what I need to go back to as we work our way through all of this. So, with that being said, why don't we spend a little time and we're just going to jump right in. So, what we're going to do as we work our way through this is, I'm just going to have an issue here on the side. We're going to spend 4 or 5 minutes tapping our way through this. As you're doing this as well, if you're joining us live or after the fact, drop down below in the comments some ideas, some insights, that things that come bubbling up. So, before we begin, just take a nice big deep breath. Feel yourself into your chair, or if you're laying down, or if you're seated, however you are, just feel your body. Notice your feet, notice your seat. Take another nice big deep breath for me. And all we're going to do is we're going to move from tapping point to tapping point. Just repeat after me. Say it out loud as we tap along. You're there by yourself. No one's going to think you're too weird. Dog's not going to care. All is going to be well. So the first thing we're going to tap on is I'm going to spend time on this, and it's going to be all wrong. So just move from point to point, repeating after me. I recognize the fact in order for me to be successful, I'm going to have to take a lot of action. It's going to take time. It's going to take energy. It's going to take emotion. And after investing all of that, there's a part of me that's afraid that this just isn't going to work out. It's going to go all wrong. It's going to fail spectacularly. And it might even do that in a really public way. And there is a part of me that doesn't want me to waste my time, that doesn't want me to waste energy. that doesn't want me to risk public embarrassment, only to have it not work out. I give myself permission to know that this is going to take effort, that this is going to take time, that this is going to take energy. And I also know it's not going to go perfectly. Mistakes are going to be made. Steps are going to be missed. But that also doesn't mean it's all going to go wrong. That it's going to be a total failure. Every single thing that I've done in my life was not done perfectly. I know that this is a big investment of time and energy. And I give myself permission to trust myself and to trust the process. Nice big deep breath, big stretch, move around a little bit. Again, if any ideas or thoughts or insights came burbling to your head, if there was a particular phrase that really resonated with you, oh, I need to remember that. Jot that down. Maybe an idea or an insight came up that you need to go after as well. Write that down. Grab those real quickly before we move on. Excellent. Next, we are going to tap on I can't share it, being my business, with the world until it is perfect. Nice big deep breath. And just move from point to point. I recognize the fact my subconscious mind wants me to be safe. Wants me to be healthy. So that I can avoid judgment. I can avoid failure. And because it wants me to be safe, my subconscious mind wants it all to be perfect. Because if it is perfect, then nothing can go wrong. I can't be judged. I will be safe. And when I feel this way, my perfectionism gets the best of me. I keep refining and refining and refining. Thinking if I just get it perfect, it'll be great. And most importantly, I will be safe. But I also recognize the fact true safety is going to be found in success. True safety is going to be found in sharing my giftedness with the world. Even though my subconscious mind wants me to be safe. Working to make everything perfect is not the way to do that. I can hear that worry. I can desire to create something good without having to be in a situation where everything is perfect. Again, another nice big deep breath. Maybe give a little shake this time. Maybe re-notice your entire body. Again, once again, ideas came to head. Jot those down. If a new insight was there, make sure we grab that and we don't lose that. Was there a phrase? Is this something you need to go back to? Make sure you're noting that. It'll make it so much easier for you if you do exactly that. Excellent. Next, we have, I don't know what I'm doing and I have so much to learn. It's so hard that when we have so much to learn, it can feel completely overwhelming. So just tap with me. I recognize the fact because I am creating something new, I'm having to learn so many new things. So many new skills. I'm being dragged and stretched in so many directions. And all of that is just overwhelming. There's a part of me that just wants to focus on the things that I'm good at. There's a part of me that just wants to focus on the things that I enjoy. And because I have so much to learn, I feel like I'm never going to get there. I feel like all I do is learn. And I like learning. But I want to make a difference more. It's really easy to underestimate how many new things I've already learned because they've become second nature. I wish I already knew how to do everything. But I also recognize as I learn things now, I'm going to be able to use them forever. The learning now will pay off in the long term. And I'm capable of doing all of the learning I need. Nice big deep breath. And this time, just scan your body head to toe. Pay attention. Notice what's going on. And if an idea came bubbling up, an insight showed up, make sure you grab that. We don't want to lose those. Again, I'm guessing that you don't remember the first tapping we did. So let's just stay present to that as we're working our way through it. Next, I am overwhelmed because, we already did that one. There we go. Worried that it is too hard and is going to take too long for me to make it work. Tap with me. Tip your top of the head, move from point to point. I'm not opposed to doing the work. I know the work is worthwhile. But it just feels like it's happening too slowly. and it's costing me too much effort. And I just don't think I'm ever going to get there. And if it ends up taking too long, then it feels like it's going to be too late. I give myself permission to know that even though it's taking longer than I like, it doesn't mean it's going to take too long. I've done many hard things before. And I can do this as well. I give myself permission to trust myself. To trust the effort. To trust the process. I'm glad that there's a part of me that is worried about my success. I'm glad there's a part of me that is worried about when that will happen. I give myself permission to trust, to be thoughtful about it happening timely. But I don't have to be consumed and overwhelmed by that worry. To stay present and stay on task. Nice big deep breath. Stretch. Grab some water if you haven't yet. Quickly jot down any notes of thoughts, of insights, of ideas that came bubbling up as we tapped through that. Next thing we're going to tap on, and this is something I hear a lot. I just want to help people and not do all this business stuff. Let's tap. There's a part of me that is working on this because I love the thing that I'm creating. I love sharing my gifts and talents. I love making an impact and a difference in the world. And that's all I want to do. I want to do the good stuff. I want to do the stuff that I love. And intellectually, I understand. That this business stuff needs to be done. Because when I have a good structure, when I have a successful platform, it gives me more opportunities to share my work. I just don't happen to like doing that building. I can appreciate the usefulness of the business stuff. And I don't even have to love the business stuff in order to be successful. but I know I need to do the business stuff. Because when I do the business stuff well, it gives me more opportunities to do the thing that I love with the exact right people, making the work even more fun, making it all more rich. I don't have to love the business stuff, but I know when I do it, I make it easier for do the things that I actually love. Nice stretch. Oh, nice big deep breath. Grab those insights. Grab those things that you want to go after later. Grab the things you want to remember. Grab some water. Next thing we're going to tap on. In order to be successful, I have to work so hard, I will lose myself. Let's tap on that. I know in the beginning, or at any time that I'm building, it's going to take time and energy. And because I want this to work, I'm willing to throw myself into this. Throw my energy into this. Throw my attention into this. But at the exact same time, there is a part of me that is afraid. I'm going to invest so much time and energy in this. I'm going to lose myself because I'm not going to spend time on other things, because I'm going to be so focused and obsessed. I'm going to forget about everything else. I'm going to lose touch with those that I love. I'm not going to do the things that keep me healthy. And I give myself permission to know it is possible for me to be successful without working so hard I completely lose myself. I'm currently in a season of my life that I'm investing so much time and attention into my work. But it doesn't have to be my total being. Even though it has my attention, having some balance will mean that I will be more successful. I give myself permission to focus without having to lose myself. I give myself permission to focus without losing myself. I give myself permission to focus without losing myself. Nice big deep breath. Move around maybe a little bit. You've been sitting for a little while. Stretch, give a little shake. Grab those notes, grab those thoughts, grab those insights. I want to make sure the gold isn't lost. There's so many good things that are bubbling inside of you when you do work like this. Next thing we're going to tap on Worried people will judge me as weird because of my work and my passion. Boy, that is a big one, because oftentimes when we're investing in the things that we're passionate about, it isn't necessarily the things that we're known for. And people are going to be seeing us in a new way. So let's tap, tippy top of the head, move from point to point. I recognize the fact. Even though I believe in this, even though I enjoy this, I know there are lots of people in my life who just don't get it. They don't understand why I like it. Some of them don't even understand it at all. And because I am pursuing this thing, I am no longer neatly fitting into the box that the people in my life currently have me in. They all think of me like they did when they first met me, either earlier in my adult life or as a child. And this new thing that I'm doing and caring about it so much does not neatly fit into that box. In a lot of ways, it's nowhere near the box. And so the part of me that is worried that I am going to be judged is just a part of me that wants me to be safe. It's just a part of me that wants me to be healthy. It's just a part of me that wants me to be happy. And it is worried that if I am judged because I'm following this weird passion, my subconscious mind sees that as dangerous. And therefore, it holds me back. Because I don't like it when people think I'm weird. Except for the fact a lot of people in my life have always thought that. Some people in my life are going to think this is weird. Some people in my life might actually think I am weird. And even though that is no fun, doing what I have a passion is more important than that. And there are some people in my life who aren't going to care. There's some people in my life who are actually going to be super excited for me. It is okay for me to recognize the fact. Not everybody's going to get this, but I can still be safe. And I can still be connected, even if not everybody gets it. Nice big deep breath. I have a feeling that is one you are going to want to bookmark and come back to and tap on again and again and again. Because oftentimes when we find our way to these passions, they are for things that just aren't what people expect of us. And there's such a natural desire to stay connected that we want to make sure that we're not having that wrestling match inside of us as we're moving forward. Excellent. Next, the more I put myself out there for my business, the more visible I become. This is scary. Nice stretch. Oh, nice big deep breath. And let's tap. I recognize the fact In order for me to have the success that I want, in order for me to make the difference that I want, I have to share my work. It's not as simple as if you build it, they will come. People are only going to connect with me and my work is if they know about it. And more than likely, the only way they're going to know about it is if I say something about it, which means that I'm going to be more visible, which means I'm going to be more out in the world. And attention can be scary because not all attention is positive. I'm doing stuff that I know not everybody likes and not everybody agrees with. But I recognize the fact being visible in my business does not mean I am sharing everything. Does not mean I am sharing with everyone. Does not mean I'm sharing all the time. Being more visible does not mean being totally visible. I give myself permission to know that I can curate the way I am going to become more visible. I get to choose who I share with. I get to share what I am sharing. I get to choose when I am sharing it. It is okay to want to be safe. And there are ways that I can feel more visible while still being safe. Sharing more on my terms. Nice big deep breath. Again, insight, inspiration, things you need to go back to. Jot those down. Tasks to take. Also grab some water. Excellent. Great. Next, we're going to tack on. Am I talking about my work authentically, or am I just being salesy to make money? One of the common things that happens when we start to learn marketing techniques is we feel as if, oh, I'm just doing something that is tricky to get people to say yes, and I'm not actually presenting who I am. And the reality is that marketing is just effective communication, and people can communicate very inauthentically, and people can communicate very authentically in every medium, not just in marketing. And so we're going to tap on being able to recognize the fact that we can share more in different ways and still be ourselves. Tippy top of the head, let's move from point to point. There's a part of me that's afraid that as I learn new marketing tools, as I learn new ways to communicate, as I learn how to get my audience to connect with their true, authentic struggle, there is a part of me that's afraid that I'm just being salesy. that I'm not being authentic, that I'm using clever vocabulary to trick people into buying just because I want their money. But the reality is, I'm actually nowhere good enough at sales and marketing to trick someone into doing something they don't want to do. And I also recognize the fact I have chosen the work that I'm doing because it's who I want to be and how I want to help. And it is possible for me to communicate that in such a way where I'm simply sharing a way to make their life better. Sales is not tricking. Sales is offering an authentic partnership where two people can be on the same page that only works if both people say yes. As a helper, that's the place I work from anyway. I just want people's lives to be better. It is possible for my selling actions to be authentic, to be genuine, to be kind. Because when I connect with the right person, they are going to be so happy to pay me. Not because they were tricked, because they're investing in themselves for a great way forward. When I ask someone to buy, I'm not trying to trick them. I'm authentically saying, here's a really amazing way forward. And if you think it's right for you, I would love for you to join me. That is being truly authentic. Nice big deep breath. One of my favorite Pamela Brunnerisms is sales is service. And we can recognize that fact. It makes it so much easier for us to engage with this. Again, insights that came in, jot them down, write them down. I appreciate those of you who are sharing those with us in the chat box as well as we navigate our way through this. Excellent. Next thing we're going to tap on. They are going to think, oh, we just did that. Let's do another one. Changing what I want will turn everyone off because I am charging what I want. Will turn everyone off because I'm asking too much. Move from point to point. I recognize the fact. Everybody wants a bargain. Everybody wants to save money. And sometimes the things that we are offering, we are offering in a new way. They might be used to paying for an hour. They're not used to investing in 4 months. And there are going to be some people who are going to solely make their decision on price. There's some people who might actually be really frustrated because of how much we are asking. And it's no fun to be turned down for any reason. But it hurts even more when someone is saying, I'm not worth what I'm asking. And it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be overwhelmed. It's okay to be worried. But just because some people are going to be worried about the price, other people are going to understand. They're going to see the value in what I'm offering. Some of them are even going to recognize the fact they're actually getting an amazing deal because the value of the transformation is worth so much to them. Making offers means we're giving people the opportunity to say yes or no. And people are going to say no. And some people are going to say no because of the price. And even though it feels like they are judging us and our value, what they are actually saying is, this is not the right fit for me right now, based on the information I have and the resource state that I am in. And so if they say no, even because of the price, it is actually a statement about them and where they are in this moment. It is not a statement about us. People will say I'm charging too much. And I can still be safe and successful and healthy with them believing that. It is safe and it is healthy for me to ask for my value. Because when others invest in it, they're going to fully invest their entire being because they see that value too. Nice big deep breath. Maybe just stretch, move around a little bit, not just your arms. Again, grab an idea, jot it down, don't lose it. So much good stuff comes in bubbling up from our subconscious mind when we work our way through stuff like this. Excellent. Great. Got a couple more here. Next one. My work is not going to live up to the promise of my offer. Nice big deep breath. Move from point to point. I really want to make a difference. I want people's lives to be better. But I also recognize the fact creating transformation is not a straight line. Sometimes it takes longer than we would like. Sometimes there are unexpected hurdles and obstacles. Sometimes it just doesn't go as planned. And when I'm making an offer and I am sharing what is possible, I'm sharing a narrative that is straightforward, that is step by step, that's going to go perfectly as planned. Because that's my intention. And I also know that is not how transformation works. And since there is no one exact way that this is going to work out, I'm afraid they're going to be disappointed. And maybe even angry. Because I misled them. But the reality is, most people understand the fact transformation is not a linear process. In some cases, they're even going to be excited by the detours that happen because they're going to uncover things they didn't know was there either. It is possible for me to communicate clearly about what is possible, about what is reasonable, without overhyping it and without underselling it. Even though people want instantaneous transformation, most people know it's not going to be a straight line, and they will be okay as we work through the process, as I journey with them. No two clients are going to be alike. No two transformational paths are going to be identical. But I can still authentically share the promise of what is possible with those who are interested in a way that is authentic and honest. Nice big deep breath. Stretch. A little shake. Grab a little water. Any insights or things you want to grab from that? Again, go ahead, jot those down. Last one, we're going to do a little tapping on today. Nice big deep breath. I failed before, therefore I'm going to fail again. I move from point to point. I recognize the fact this is not my first time around. And I've put in work before. I've put in effort before. I've done training. I've implemented other people's tactics. And it just didn't work. Sometimes it didn't work. And sometimes it failed spectacularly. But I recognize the fact. Every single thing that I can do with the exception of breathing, is something I had to learn. Every single thing I am successful at didn't happen instantaneously. Sometimes there was work, and sometimes there was work. And this is no different. And I recognize the fact my subconscious mind is trying to protect me by not over emotionally investing because it doesn't want to fail again. Because failing sucks. Failing is painful. Failing feels like a judgment on me as a human. And I don't want to go through that again. And it's good that I'm thoughtful. And it's good that I'm thinking about how I can be successful. And at the exact same time, I recognize the fact that just because something didn't work before doesn't mean I'm eternally destined to fail. It is good for me to be aware of and tune into my fears of failure, especially those informed by my past. I can hear those worries without being consumed by them. I can hear those fears and I can be aware of what is useful in this moment. I can learn from my past. And I can recognize the fact that the things that happened in the past do inform this moment. They do inform where I stand. They do inform my opportunities. But just because they inform this moment, they do not predetermine the next moment. My history is not the prediction of my future. My history is not who I am. My history created this moment, but it doesn't determine the next. Past failure is that. Something from the past. I give myself permission to keep learning, to continue to be thoughtful and deliberate, knowing it is possible for me to create things that I love in my business and in my life. Nice big deep breath. Big stretch. Oh, excellent. Once again, any ideas, any insights, jot those down. Make sure you don't lose them. The good news is this video is going to live online. Come back, come on, tap on to it again. Bookmark it, save it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, make it super, super easy if you can find your way back here again. As always, if you got questions about anything tapping related, more resources you'd like us to see us create like videos like this, I can always be reached at support@tappingqanda.com. If you joined us live on Sunday, if you're joining us after the fact, thanks for spending a little time tapping along with me, because when you spend the time doing this sort of tapping, creating a business that you really love, doing the things that you really love, I win because your life is better the world is better. And because the world is better, my world is better. So thank you for believing in the work that you want to do. Thank you for taking the time to do a little mindset work. If there's anything I can ever do for you, say the word. Have a great day. I will talk to you guys real soon. Bye-bye.